Hello, everybody. Luke, I'm not sure if you caught that. Luke has the hot take of disliking school.
Somewhere Luke's
Continue.
teacher right now is just like, damn it. Like, I tried.
But really, it's nothing against my teachers. It's just like I did not want to learn pre-calc whatsoever, and
No.
I had to take it in college. I never wanted to learn geometry or anything that ever had to do anything with science. Like I did not like school at all. I just want to go, just give me an iPad and sit me down, and I will learn everything I need to learn.
Here's the thing about school, too. Like, every step of the way, they're like, you need good grades for high school. And you need good grades.
Right.
Good grades never fucking matter at all. Like, you
I got
can
worse
graduate
grades
college with a 2 GPA, you'll get a job just as fast.
I just like that you're saying something that everybody believes, but you're disguising it as a hot take or something like you've been holding inside. Like, guys, no, I don't want to learn pre-calc. Like, we know, no one does. Not one person.
It's so fucking stupid. I had to take that in college. Like, I went to college to be a history teacher, and they made me take pre-calc.
Right.
Yeah, I went for criminal justice. They had me take stats, which I could just also take sophomore year of high school, and somehow that was equivalent. I don't know how that works, but
I always thought those gen eds isn't that what high school is exactly?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, it is. Well, in case you haven't picked up on it, we're doing a live fantasy football mock draft here. Looks like we're going to start in around 5 minutes. We're doing it on Sleeper. It's going to be a 12-team PPR mock draft. It looks like we got 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end flex, and quarterback, kicker, defense, obviously. We're just going to be running through it, talking strategy, talking about our picks. What do you got, Luke?
I was just because we got to pick our spots here. I don't know if before we want to say what pick we have and if we have anyone in mind or like an initial strategy or anything.
I can start. Like, I picked the first overall pick, and that's mostly because I can't stand it, and I just was interested to see what kind of team I could pull out. But yeah, I really hate picking first. I like at least having back-to-back picks on the way back, but I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor first, not to spoil it. It's between him and Christian McCaffrey. I think on a per-game basis, Christian McCaffrey is probably going to continue to be better. I need somebody I can trust week to week, and I feel like the question with McCaffrey is when he goes down, not if at this point.
Yep. I have the 7th pick solely because Trevor had the 8th, and I wanted to draft one spot ahead of him.
It's going to cause chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to
be gaslight him a little bit.
Not on the way back, you're not picking before me. Every other round, you're just going to look to spite the other one. I picked 8th just because I hate being the first, second, or third pick. Like, I think those are just a terrible place to be. I like picking near the end, and in a 12-team league, I think 8 is a good spot where you're kind of close back-to-back in the first and second, but never really that far from your next pick. Just seems like kind of a nice middle ground.
Yeah, and before we got live, Trevor, you were off screen. I don't know if you heard Zach and I talking about Zach having that number 1 pick. That's always, that's a high risk, not high risk, high reward. I don't want to say that, but you guys know what I mean. Like, get a good player, and then you get the 20th player or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think this year you can do like a Jonathan Taylor and then go like a Deebo Samuel or a Devontae Adams or something and be fine. But Trevor, I don't know how many mock drafts you've done, and if you've ever taken the one spot, that spot kind of gets fucked in the 6th, 7th round.
The 8th spot or the first?
The first.
Yeah, I think every pick, I've done a lot of mock drafts, especially for the one league that I'm in that's 14 teams with 2 flex, obviously, because that's going to be a problem. But I've done a lot of mock drafts, and I feel like there is a 1 to 2 round gap for almost every pick that is just completely worthless. Like, you either got to really buy ahead or you almost got to take, like, I would never do it, but a lot of people are going to be taking like kickers early. Because, and some of the rankings too are off. Like, Jamal Williams is still very, very low. Being drafted in like the last round of 14-team leagues is insane.
I've done a few mock drafts, like right before this, at the number 1 spot just to see what I would get. I feel like, well, obviously with this spot, like the chances of people falling to you that you really want is obviously limited just because you have back-to-back picks, so it's whatever. But because there's going to be 22 picks in between me or however many it's going to be. Like, I have to reach for people that I need. Tight end, essentially, I'm going to have to reach for, it feels like. the way I've been drafting. That seems like how it's been shaking out. So it's tough. Like if I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor, obviously, whoever picks first overall, they're going to go running back. Essentially, it's going to be Jonathan Taylor or Christian McCaffrey. If you don't grab a RB2 in that 2-12-3-1, you're going to be waiting a long time to get that other running back. And I don't think you need to go running back 2-3. Knowing at least a lot of the people we're drafting with today, and I know you two as well, a lot of the time, at least Trevor. I guess, Luke, you draft a lot of wide receivers, but I think most of the people we draft with today are going to be running back heavy. So not taking a second running back in the first 3 rounds could be a risk. We'll see how it happens. But like my big thing with fantasy football drafts, I don't know about you guys, like I truly don't go in with a strategy. Like I feel like you have to adapt. You have to see what other people are doing and what players are falling. So it's like after the first round, I'm truly not like, oh, I know I'm going to go RB, wide receiver, RB, and then go from there. Like I don't plan anything.
Especially this year. Like, I think there's especially if you're near the end of the first round, I think there's a very good way to have very good teams. Oh, you're on the clock. With 0 wide receiver or 0 running back, depending on how it falls. Like, if Justin Jefferson falls to you at 8, so it's having a strategy is, at least for me, I think this year is the least needed, so to speak.
Sleeper's a little bit weird. After we get past the first round, I will widen this out. But I want you guys to see who is picking where and which players are going in the first round first. But yeah, I went Jonathan Taylor first. We'll see who goes second. If you guys were picking, at what point would you draft a wide receiver? Which spot?
I think I'm going to Trevor's point. Like I've been on record saying that I like receivers. But I've also been on record this year saying that, is there a real clear number 1 receiver that's going to win you your league? Is there much difference from the number 10 receiver to the number 23 receiver? Not really. So I think I'm all in on running backs.
Yeah, I agree.
For me, I might go a little dicey. Obviously it's a mock draft. If everybody else is loading up on running backs, I might just load up on wide receivers and see what I can do with it. Obviously, overall, that probably won't be the best scenario. I probably won't get many votes for the best team. But again, for people that are watching this is also different too, because I hate to say it, but there are very few leagues where you have 12 people drafting who know what they're doing. And so this will be very different in that sense as well.
We're moving pretty quick here. And what's different about this league, and it's going to make people more RB heavy, I think. Like I said on the top, we're going 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, and a flex. We're not going 3 wide receivers. So if you can pick up 3 good running backs, you can start all 3 of them. You don't need to start 3 wide receivers. You can go 2. So like I think people are going to go a lot more running back heavy. But obviously Zach McAdoo here went Cooper Kupp at 5. Would you have drafted Najee Harris, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon ahead of Cooper Kupp?
I would have.
And you get your
I don't want anything to do with him, with Stafford's arm. Like, he's gonna have a role.
Yeah.
I still don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be as widespread. Luke, I guess Trevor, talk about your pick here, and then Luke, you can talk about getting Najee Harris at 7.
This one's tough because I wanted to go Najee Harris, and I knew Luke was going to be a bastard about it. I'm picking between Chase and Mixon. I'm probably going to go Chase just because I feel like I can hold off a little bit on the running back. But Chase is also tough too. He's going to see some regression. So I think we do need to temper expectations a little bit here.
But Luke, you got Najee Harris then at 7. You feeling good about that? Do you feel like he fell to you, or do you feel like that's where he's probably going to go?
I feel like, to be honest, Trevor, I didn't take 7 just to pick in front of you. That's where I've been drafting Najee Harris in mock drafts is 7. So I figured, he would probably be there. I do think that Najee Harris, I think I don't want to say a great opportunity. I'll put it a good opportunity that Najee Harris could lead the league in touches this year.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
And if you're getting that at the 7th pick, I think you should be more than ecstatic.
I completely agree.
Wow.
Josh Allen going first round. Interesting. Bold strategy. When would you guys, because currently I think Josh Allen's going around 204. Would you take him in the second round, or do you need to wait until the third personally?
If
for
I
you
had
guys?
my choice, like if I could play out the draft, I don't know that I would even touch Josh Allen until the 4th round. I understand that he's going early. So if I'm like really want Josh Allen, I don't think I'm comfortable taking him in the second round, to be honest.
Especially with the places other people are going, like Lamar Jackson is going in the 5th in a lot of drafts. Josh
Mhm.
Allen is better for fantasy than Lamar Jackson for me, but not enough to be, if he's being taken in the 3rd, I'll easily wait 2 rounds for Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, those guys.
I completely agree. Trevor, you picking one. Who are you eyeing up here?
This one, I feel like I have to go running back because wide receiver, obviously, I'm not going to go CeeDee Lamb. I didn't want to say it because I didn't know if Jake was watching, but I was going to go Aaron Jones the whole way. I don't trust Nick Chubb. I like him a lot, but Aaron Jones just seems like the best running back, really the best option available, seeing I already have a wide receiver.
Yeah, and Trevor, you just made my decision for me. I was going to take whoever you didn't take between Aaron Jones and Alvin Kamara.
Okay. And for the people, I should say,
I'm
Alvin
sure.
Kamara, it probably isn't going to get suspended this season. His next court date isn't until like in September. So I assume everything's going to get pushed down the road. So I think you can draft him with confidence in terms of the legality issues, at least.
And I'm sure Coach is happy that Travis Kelce fell all the way to him there.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to keep slipping.
When we talk about PPR standpoint among running backs, Najee Harris and Alvin Kamara is about as good as it's going to get back to back with 2 running backs in the league.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, Henry, I'm sure, is watching. I don't really care. If I am sitting here at this position as I am right now and people aren't watching, at least in this type of league, I think I'm hoping Mark Andrews falls to me. It'll be an interesting situation if I go running back, tight end, and then I'm not getting a wide receiver until 412.
Yeah.
But if I'm presented that situation, I think that's what I would probably do. It's nice figuring out the tight end position at this point, like at pick number 1. It just gets so super weird. Like I said, I have to reach for people, and I don't think drafting Mark Andrews at 212 necessarily is a reach. So I like not having to reach at a position.
And if you really want to, you can draft him at 3-1. So,
I
push him
could.
back. Say you got him in the 3rd round, nobody would know.
Seem like a genius.
It would help to bring his ADP down one mock draft at a time. Henry got though.
Zach, you should just do mock drafts where you control every single player and then just don't draft Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Kickers in the 1st.
Do it all off season long, just one big ruse. That was psychotic. If Javonte Williams is taken here and I'm presented with Saquon Barkley, I don't think I'm going to go running back. Okay, well.
Ouch.
I differ from you. I think
nuts.
I usually hate Saquon for his injury. I think this is a year where Saquon's going to do something. Here it's a little gutsy, but
I think it's for sure. If it's any year, it should be this year.
Yeah,
it should be. I'm done with it. I don't care about Saquon Barkley anymore. Remember when he was like the big thing? Like, look at his quads. Look how athletic he is. This ship has sailed. Saquon Barkley is no longer alluring. He's no longer exciting to me. Yep. So for that reason, I'm taking Javonte Williams. He is exciting. He's the new guy. And Monty Ball was at the podium basically saying that the Broncos don't want to use him. So, I'm not sure if that's a big ruse on fantasy football people or not. But it seems like Javonte Williams is the dude. And then if I'm presented with these wide receivers, Kyle Pitts is interesting there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take the most trustworthy wide receiver here, in my opinion. That's Keenan Allen. He's my wide receiver 1.
Fucking love Keenan Allen. One of the most underrated
Yeah.
wide receivers of the past 10 years.
So good. Ridiculously good. Patrick Mahomes, second quarterback, comes off the board. That is interesting. Thoughts?
Is Patrick Mahomes even the second quarterback that you want?
I have him ranked 5.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, for me, for sure, no. But that I'm interested to see how his team turns out. So Zach Espinoza, new fantasy football writer with Flurry Sports. Obviously, no wide receivers in the first 3 rounds, but he does have running back, tight end, quarterback. So he doesn't have an RB2 or a wide receiver 1 going into late 4th round. It'll be interesting to see how that team turns out. It could be great because he's definitely zigging when everybody else zags, I suppose. I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
I think it also helps. Yeah, I feel like it also helps that it's a 12 team as well. Like we're talking 14 to 16. I don't think you can pull that off, but 12, you can do it.
Is 12 the best number for a fantasy league?
At this point, I think so.
Yeah,
I think 16 is more fun.
Yeah, definitely more strategy.
Yeah, but I think 12 is a comfortable number.
Yeah.
Henry has maybe the most injury-prone lineup of all time through the first 3 rounds. This is insane.
Yes, he does. Who would be his next pick? Let's see. Scrolling down. Maybe you should get Darren Waller with that, his 4th. George Kittle, maybe, yeah. Who else is there?
Cortland Sutton, maybe?
Jerry Jeudy. J.K. Dobbins. Don't draft Joe Burrow, Henry. Actually, maybe do, because I kind of want to bet the Cincinnati Bengals to finish last in that division. So maybe do that. Luke, you're up in 4 picks. You went running back. Do you feel pressured to take a wide receiver, or what are your thoughts?
So here's what's running through my head right now. I'm assuming that Mike Evans and AJ Brown are going to be taken before my pick.
Okay.
So that leaves me with. Oh, maybe not. I'm not sure because I don't love these receivers. Right. Agreed. To be honest. So I might just say fuck it and go James Conner.
I know you are a big T. Higgins guy. Do you not trust him as a wide receiver 1?
I do not.
That's fair. That is fair.
But then, yeah, I don't know. Then looking at coming back, I mean, Jalen. I think I feel more comfortable with a starting running back and Jalen or Waddle being my wide receiver 1 than 2 running backs and AJ Brown being my wide receiver 1. If that makes sense.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have Evans and Brown there, or at least one of them. So
one of them, yeah. It's interesting. How much of a difference do you think there is between somebody though, like T. Higgins, and just scrolling down on the wide receiver chart here, somebody like T. Higgins and Jerry Jeudy, or T. Higgins and DK Metcalf?
Yeah, that's what I set up to rip the show. Is there much of a difference? I don't think so. That's why I'm infatuated with running backs this year.
Right. It's an interesting debate because you're talking a wide receiver 2 versus a clear wide receiver 1 with a worse quarterback or a worse offense. It's interesting, but you got AJ Brown if you want him.
I don't think I want him. I don't have enough trust in Jalen Hurts.
I mean, again, with this fantasy league type, knowing your league type's important. You can go. All you need is 2 wide receivers to field the starting lineup, so I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Trevor, what are you thinking?
This puts me in a tough bind because obviously I want to take a second running back, but am I really going to take Cam Akers, David Montgomery? Wide receivers here aren't great. So I wouldn't usually, I don't like doing this. I'm going to take T. Higgins though, just because I feel like you have Cincinnati. If something happens to Chase, that only puts up Higgins' value, at least. I guess for me, it's kind of somewhat of a safety net. But there weren't a lot of good picks there, at least none that I would be comfortable with, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
There is
Are
a
you?
guy I was going to reach on, but I'm not going to mention his name.
I don't.
Um,
My whole issue with mock draft, the mock drafts, and kind of where players are falling is there a value in the third round right now?
Well, I'm not. Probably not. Michael Pittman's interesting. Um, just because like it depends on.
Oh, gone.
couldn't handle the pressure.
I panicked. That was weird. And now you guys are frozen for me, but I'm sure not for everybody else. I'm not sure. Actually, if I do this to Trevor, will he pop up and be moving? He does. Look at that. Luke is still frozen though. I don't even remember your question. So, value in the third. Okay, you're good. Michael Pittman's interesting just because what I've seen from him, he has looked a little bit better, and I feel like he's going to be force-fed targets. And I also don't really trust or not necessarily trust. I don't value the secondaries in the AFC South.
That's fair.
So I feel like he's an interesting value. And there goes Hunter taking him. Not really. Like, I don't count Keenan Allen as a third-round pick,
Right.
even though I got him there.
Interesting having Kittle go there. I'd assume he goes running back in the fourth, K. Riley.
Yeah, I would think so, but like he was kind of in the same position as you guys. Who do you at running back? Like
I do not like Brees Hall at all. I just want to go on record. I do not like anything about the Jets situation currently.
Especially they came out and said that Michael Carter's the RB1 still today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, great. Like, nothing sounds good about that situation. He did go Brees Hall, though.
Even if he is the RB1, like, I don't trust that offense or offensive line at all.
No. I don't either. I think I might trust them a little bit more with Joe Flacco, just because I think he's going to force the ball downfield a little bit at least, which should open up some sort of cushion to run the football. But
Mike
even
White should be
still,
starting.
He should for anybody, anywhere. Trevor, you have one running back. Do you like any of the running backs on the board, or are you going to go with a different position, you think?
I think I have to go running back here. Even if my guy is taken. I've always been a big David Montgomery fan, but I think with the Bears, we always see this weird cycle where they're good for 3 years and then they start to phase them out of the offense. And it doesn't make sense, but the reports I've heard, and I don't know everything about them, they just haven't been really positive about Montgomery and more positive about Herbert. So that gives me a little pause for concern with him.
I mean, it's similar to last year with Montgomery, too. Like, he's going to take a lot of hits, and how often are they going to be in scoring position?
Do you think it helps him that Justin Fields runs?
I think it does a little bit, like in terms of they need to have somebody committed to Justin Fields if they run any sort of zone reads, which it seems like they will in that offense a decent amount.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't really matter when you can't block anyone ahead of you.
I do not love these receivers, guys.
I just want to go on record and say that ETN is not a guy that I love. But when you have one running back and the other options are Josh Jacobs, Antonio Gibson, David Montgomery, Brees Hall, I feel like, in my opinion, at least this year, that's really the only option that I like.
The good news is with that situation and with a few other running back situations, like obviously he's in a duo. I don't think James Robinson's going to be phased out. However, James Robinson's going pretty late in fantasy drafts relative to what his role probably will be if he's healthy. So I think it's fairly easy for you to get both Jaguars running backs if you want to make sure you solidify or you get the starter in that backfield or something.
And that's even in like zero wide receiver drafts. I've kind of been doing that when needed with Atlanta too, with Algier, I think that's how you pronounce it. and
Yep.
Cordell Patterson, because that's going to be a cluster too.
Luke, what's your thoughts on Jalen Waddle with Tyreek Hill there?
I don't know, to be honest. To me, I mean, I don't. You guys know my thoughts on Tua. This is probably not a great pick on my part. Now that I did it, I would just want to Waddle because I think out of the receivers, he has the most obviously opportunities to score the most points. It'll be really. I don't know if you guys have thoughts on that. And that I was actually going to ask you, but it feels like too much speed on the Dolphins' offense.
Yeah, like theoretically, they should be able to get open. They should be able to beat man coverage if McDaniel's the genius, as people pronounce him to be. Boy,
You don't have
I
much
hate
here.
these picks. No, I hate these.
They're bad.
I think I find myself drafting this guy a lot. I have a lot of faith in J.K. Dobbins.
I do too.
So
Zach, right now where you're at is kind of what I've noticed doing drafting number one in mock drafts, but kind of getting fucked up a little bit. Like, there's not very much excitement there, right? To pick right now.
No, there's not. And then I could do the strategy similar to Trevor's receivers. Like I could go Mike Williams, assuming if one of my receivers gets hurt, then Keenan Allen would improve. Mike Williams goes down, vice versa. I think DK Metcalf is a baby bitch, so I can't draft him. So I'm going to go Cortland Sutton here. And as a wide receiver too, like I don't mind that, obviously.
I will also say I feel like Mike Williams is a little different than the Higgins and Chase. Like just because Williams is so hot and cold, it's just like ridiculous. I think last year he had like 2 games where he had like 3 receptions or something.
Yes, but since there's so much of the offense that flows through those two guys, like he would be force fed if Keenan Allen goes down. And Keenan Allen's already force fed anyway. But yeah.
Justin Herbert's not afraid to force feed.
No, he's not with anything. You can take that out of context.
Where's Justin Herbert from?
Oregon.
Is that like where he grew up too?
I believe so. I think he grew up just outside of Eugene.
Gotcha.
I believe. Zach Espinoza does get a running back 2 there. So that's an interesting start. Derrick Henry, Antonio Gibson as his running back 1-2. And obviously Andrews and Mahomes are starters at those positions. And Jerry Jeudy is his wide receiver 1, and he can't draft a wide receiver 2 until late 6th at the earliest. What do you guys feel about that?
That's always kind of been my issue with, drafting a tight end in the second round or a quarterback early. But I do think that his team could be worse. Like, I don't hate his team. I don't love his team. I think it's fine. I think it does help that he has Derrick Henry, of course. But like he has probably 3, and just in Henry, Andrews, and Mahomes, 3 top 5 scorers at their position at the end of the year.
For sure.
I don't mind it either, and especially like let's say you didn't reach on Dobbins a little bit, which it wasn't that much of a reach, but let's say you replace Gibson and Dobbins, he has Dobbins instead. I think Dobbins as a 2 and Henry as a 1. Again, you add in how good Andrews and Mahomes are at their position. I think that makes it pretty solid. So overall, I'd say it's average, although it looks a little interesting with the color scheme.
And I will say with anybody who does draft one of those, single starting positions early, talking quarterback or tight end, if you draft Andrews or Mahomes that early, if you draft Josh Allen, Travis Kelce, for me at least, I'm not drafting a backup. If we're just talking a normal redraft league,
Yep.
I just think that's important. I'm not stacking up. I'm not getting a backup. I don't think it's that important because you invested so much in them, and if they go down hurt anyways, you're kind of hurting. And I think that position's best suited for a position that you kind of need depth at, obviously. Like he needs depth at wide receiver, depth at running back. So if we're talking 11th, 12th round, I would take a stab at one of those guys. Waller goes 5th round, 5-5. And I think that's later than his ADP. I think he's normally a 4th round guy right now.
Yep.
But Like if I was in another Zach McAdoo's position, it's tough to not draft Darren Waller. Like if he's sitting on top of the queue or whatever, the draft board for multiple picks, it's like, yeah, I think I would possibly pull the trigger there, but I'm not feeling good about it. He's got 2 Raiders on his team. How do you think he feels? Probably not good.
And and neither of them are named Devontae Adams.
Correct. Yeah, very true. And he's got 2 Cowboys. He's stacking up on just hateable teams.
Yeah. The Raiders kind of turned into like a meme last year.
They did. They turned into criminals too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna reach here because he's not gonna make it back to me. But you guys know how much I love Chris Godwin, and we talk about him all the time.
He is still too low.
Mm-hmm.
There's still people. I just saw like a news break thing a couple days ago. Like Chris Godwin could be ready for the season opener.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. Like I'm not sure how many times and I'm sure other people need to say it. He's good. He's fine. He'll be ready.
And he's a good player.
Fantastic player. And there's no, like the Buccaneers have brought in a bunch of other receivers, but no one to fill his role.
Right.
Like he's still going to see a ton of targets.
He feels like if he was with Brady a long time, he feels like that could have been Brady's guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about Edelman being Brady's guy, and he's infinitely better than Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
Trevor, what do you think?
It's tough because I really want to go with my guy Schultz or Hawkinson, but I think with the current 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, I need to shore that up with the next 2 picks just to make sure I have enough depth. So I don't like doing this, but I think it is beneficial to a point. I want to say it. I don't like the stacks, so it's weird that I've done 2 stacks. But I think AJ Dillon as a 3 makes sense. He gives you some options on the return. I think if you get a solid wide receiver, you can do worse. The way I look at drafts, just don't shoot yourself in the foot. And I think there are a lot of ways to shoot yourself in the foot if Schultz or Hawkinson goes down. If Dillon goes down, it is what it is. But if one of those guys go down and you waste a 5th on him, that hurts.
And then it's fairly obvious that you like him more than Clyde.
Yeah, I don't have any confidence in Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm not as big on the Pacheco. I think he's solid, but I don't think he's going to take RB1 out of thin air.
Yeah, I don't see Pacheco taking that job. People like to compare him to Kareem Hunt. That's fine. I don't really get it, but Pacheco I think is a good player. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire, people like to hate him. I think he's earned that hate in a lot of situations, but he's not a scrub. Like he's good. He's good, and the team likes him a lot. They drafted him nice and early. They like him. And it's not like, oh, they went out and got Pacheco in the 7th round. Who cares? Like, he is someone who can be a contributor this year, eventually. But,
Clyde wasn't on that LSU championship team, right?
I thought he was.
I think so.
He was a rookie last year, right? So, yeah.
Was he a rookie last year?
No, second year, right?
Really? I thought it was... Damn.
Still, though. He's still on the team.
Yeah, he'd still be on the team.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Damn, it is his 3rd year. Holy
because
hell.
Jamar Chase stayed 1 year after.
Yep. And there he goes.
Hunter's team is really dangerous, though, in my opinion, if Clyde does what he should this year. Like,
For
obviously,
sure.
There's a question mark with Pittman, but that's pretty solid stack.
I don't know how I feel about Terry McLaurin at all. I have no opinion.
And that's what I was going to say. Hunter's team looks awesome for a best ball league.
Sure.
Yeah.
I honestly, I wasn't on the hype train of Terry McLaurin when he was super good. He was really bad last year. I wasn't on the hater train for him in fantasy. I just nothing him.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about him this year at all.
That's how I feel about Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, that's fair. I think he's a solid player. I don't think he's going to win you any leagues. I don't think he deserves to be the obvious bell cow in any backfield.
Yeah, I also don't think he's going to lose you any leagues.
No. He's
Damn it.
good.
I was
St.
going to
Brown.
go Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he's
Those-
a hell of a 3.
Those tight ends, we need to talk about this. TJ Hawkinson went almost like 2 rounds earlier than he should have. I just want to bring that up. I'm not sure if it's people want to screw me over at tight end or what are we doing here? But like Schultz and Hawkinson went way early here. Just so people understand that.
That's what I was going to take, Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, Thielen's the most, like, obviously Juju can be great. Darnell Mooney can be great. Brown and Robinson I don't like at all, but Thielen, if we're talking consistency, I mean, it doesn't get any better in Thielen, especially at a wide receiver 3. But Juju's probably the runner-up. I would agree with that.
I think he's the clear top wide receiver for Kansas City.
That's why I took him. I mean, you're getting
healthy.
the number 1 receiver in Kansas City in the 6th round, or what are we in 6th round? I think
Yep.
I don't think you're mad about that.
No, I like that a lot.
Although,
I am mad about the tight ends, though.
Like I said, I would have rather had Adam Thielen.
7 tight ends off the board.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2 through 5 is crazy. I don't think that'll be seen at all in many drafts.
It shouldn't, but now we talked about this. I'm not sure if it was at the beginning of our stream or pre-stream. Dallas Goddard's the top tight end on the board, and I don't value him much higher than people who may not get drafted. So at this point, fuck it. Like I don't feel the need to reach for a tight end anymore. I'm stacking up on every other position before I feel the need to do that.
And I don't know if this is on camera or not, but when I said if I'm not getting a Kelsey or Andrew, like I'm not taking a tight end until my last round pick.
What about Pitts?
I mean, I don't love Pitts. I don't love Atlanta. I know he's a good player, and I know he's going to be involved in the offense. Just how much is that going to produce? Is it going to produce the same as Ezekiel Elliott or Mike Evans? I don't think so.
Did you see Pro Football Focus tweet out that he's unstoppable, though, when he did one little sidestep and around a 4th or 5th string defender? It was what a move. Like it was a 3rd string Jets corner. Congrats. That's whatever.
Even doing that against a 1st stringer on the Jets in the regular season wouldn't even be that impressive.
Right. And I like Kyle Pitts. To your point, going 3rd round on him, that's tough for me. Yeah. For me, at least. I don't know.
Sauce Gardner would never let Kyle Pitts do that.
Also, fair. I don't know who posted that. They said Sauce Gardner hasn't given up a catch in preseason. He only played 18 coverage snaps. What are you doing
right.
here? What are we doing?
I bet he tweeted that.
Yeah, true. Probably.
That's a good point.
I love Sauce Gardner. What a great nickname.
So good. So good.
That's half the battle.
It is. My pick's coming up in a couple here. I'm going to go quarterback for 1 for sure. Weird countdown. Otherwise, I don't know what I feel the need to go get.
Yeah.
Gabriel Davis.
Wow, that's very early on Gabe Davis.
I think that's in line for most people. I'm just not a Gabe Davis guy.
He's got an awesome card in Madden Ultimate Team right now.
He does. Yeah, I don't have it. Looking at quarterbacks here, it's tough.
Let's ride.
I'm not deciding. I'm deciding between Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna go Jalen Hurts. I like him more for fantasy, I think.
Broncos country.
Should I get Joe Burrow too?
That would be funny. But you're gonna take away another stack from me, so you know.
That's right. Take that.
I don't think you should go Joe Burrow.
Just looking at running backs I could grab next. I don't mind a few of them, so I'm gonna go with Rashad Bateman here. Then.
Oh, I love that pick.
I think he's a little underrated.
So underrated.
Yeah. Cordell Patterson is his RB3. So his running back room: Derrick Henry, Antonio Gibson, Cordell Patterson. I don't know. We'll see what they do with Cordero. Like, I don't want to count him out anymore. I think he's made us pay enough.
And I know it's not huge in fantasy, but is Cordell Patterson returning kicks?
Yes, he says he wants to break the record. That's why I'm like, I don't know how many running back snaps he's going to get if he's going to return kicks.
Yeah.
So if you're in leagues that highly value return yards, definitely look at Cordero because that's going under the radar a little bit.
Same with, is Tony Pollard returning kicks for Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, Luke, you have a few picks. So far, your team is Najee Harris, Alvin Kamara, James Conner, Jalen Waddle, Chris Godwin, Juju Smith-Schuster. So you got 3 and 3 for running back, wide receiver. Is there a position you're looking at or not really?
Just scrolling down the list, the first name that jumps out to me is Tom Brady, solely because I have Chris Godwin. Tom Brady is still like good at football.
Yeah.
But I'm finding myself falling into the Marquise Brown trap in fantasy in mock drafts. So
yeah,
tell me why I shouldn't take Marquise Brown.
I read a thing, it was either today or yesterday. Somebody was talking about how they think the targets are going to funnel to Marquise Brown because they don't have anybody else besides him and Rondale Moore. And the disrespect for AJ Green is unbelievable this year. Like, he keeps falling down draft boards. People are acting like he doesn't exist and he's not even going to be targeted. So, like, I think Marquise Brown's draft stock's inflated because people don't realize AJ Brown can still play football and Zach Ertz can also still play football. So, like, Marquise Brown, I think, is fine. I like him obviously a lot better for best ball.
Yeah.
I could see him not finishing with 1,000 yards, though. Would that be surprising?
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
And now I'm seeing my guy Damian Harris creep up.
I almost took him. I like Damian Harris.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I don't know if Henry's watching, and Henry, you can comment, but interesting taking Stevenson over Harris.
Yeah. People have been hyping up Stevenson, saying he's going to be catching a lot of balls, stuff like that. Disagree. I think he's going to be... I think Damian Harris has a very clear role. I think he's going to see the majority of the carries. I think it's going to be a pretty close split. Like, I could see it being 60% Harris, 30% Stevenson, and then 10% the other guys for carries. And I think Stevenson's going to get more receiving work than Harris. But, like, Damian Harris is that dude. He's good at football.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in the last year of his deal. So why wouldn't the Patriots give him the ball as much as possible and then let him walk?
Right.
And the goal line scenarios too, like goal to go. Like, he feasted in that last year. And that's why I really love him in this round too. Like, if you're in a place where, like, he's one of those guys that I think you can be comfortable if you do a zero wide receiver. I don't love him as the running back 1, but if you can get him as a running back 2 and you're stacked at wideout, especially in a team with like 2 flexes, I mean, shit. You're
talking
cool.
Zero RB strategy or zero wide
zero
receiver?
RB, yeah, zero RB.
Okay.
Like, if you're really stacked wide receiver,
he might be my RB4 here.
I don't mind it.
4. I mean, either you're taking him or I'm taking him. He's not getting past us. So,
neither of you have quarterback. So, looking at the quarterback position, do you feel like you guys are comfortable waiting, or do you feel like you're going to pull the trigger on that within the next few rounds?
Well, I had brought up Brady, and I'm looking back, and who's going to be drafted in front of me before 8-7. I don't know if Trevor's going to take Tom Brady. I don't think Hunter's going to take Tom Brady because he's a Bills guy. And then I don't know the last guy. So, like, if I want Tom Brady, now's the time to take him. But I talked myself into Damian Harris.
Fair enough.
For me, I'm between 2 guys here. I'm just in a tough spot here because I see guys that I like, running backs and wide receiver for the next 2 rounds. Right now, I'm kind of between Hunt and Pollard. I'm probably going to go Hunt, just hoping he can stay healthy.
I wish he was on a different team.
And if he gets traded, I mean, I think that only helps his value too, because I don't see a team where he gets traded to that take him and he's a running back 2.
It sounds like those talks are going away currently
Pulling
for
Kevin Durant.
trading. Yeah, right. Basically the same situation. There were rumors about him going to Philly. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Could we see him in Tampa? I feel like Tampa's going to make a running back move. We will see, though.
That'd be a fun backfield, Fournette and Hunt.
It would be.
And
It would
Rashad
be.
White in there too.
Yeah, White's good. Still got Gio Bernard. He's still doing his thing.
Still kicking.
Hunter Renfro. So Jake's receivers, Stephon Diggs, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Hunter Renfro. Hunter Renfro's a weird one to project this year, too.
Yep. He kind of got the short end of the stick with Devontae Adams coming to Vegas.
Yeah, like he was really good last year, but that was
Sure
an
was.
anomaly, and he was funneled targets. I don't think they need to do that. Yeah. What's your guys' thoughts on Elijah Moore?
It's good. I'm kind of in the same boat. I know, Trevor, you were talking about that running back room, but I'm in the same boat as I don't know that I want to touch the Jets. I've said a couple times I think the Jets are an up and coming team. It just doesn't feel like they're ready yet.
Same here.
Right.
I like Elijah Moore as a player. Interesting to go 2 tight ends there on the turn real quick, but I don't trust the Jets.
Yeah, I'm guessing he just went best available. He feels that's the best available guy, but he only has 2 running backs. It's Joe Mixon and Miles Sanders. Joe Mixon has shown the ability to get injured or slow down at the end of the year, and Miles Sanders has found the ability to not run the ball into the end zone. So
That's funny. The ability to get injured.
yeah, he's very good at it.
Another
Dawson
good
Knox.
tight end.
Another 2 tight ends.
What the fuck? Thank you, Kevin.
Hey, I'm happy with this, but damn, let's take Zach Ertz while we're at it. Come on, Hunter, take Zach Ertz.
Do it. You won't do it.
They can't see the chat, but Hunter just said backup tight ends ? Got it. So I hope he takes the memo too. He doesn't have a tight end in mind then.
Yeah, interesting. Bold strategy. I don't like. I see stuff like that. That doesn't pressure me to take a tight end.
No, not at all.
I could see some people feeling pressured to do that at that point, like in Hunter's position to do it. I don't want to be at the end of this run. I don't want to be bullied into taking a bad player. So,
Plus, what are they going to do? Take 3 tight ends? Shit, you can have them at that point. I'll just take a running back that falls to me.
Right. Like they went backup tight end over Tony Pollard, over Rashad Penny, over Melvin Gordon, Damian Pierce, Michael Carter, guys who could very clearly, and we talk about lottery tickets, vault into fantasy prominence if there's an injury. All of those guys very clearly, if there's an injury to the backfield, they become solid players. And, what would be the case for Dawson Knox to be a reliable player this year? Like, I don't think there's even a scenario. Like it just doesn't make sense to me.
No, not at all. Right, you're right.
Kevin also only has 2 running backs. Both of them only have 2 running backs. He goes Breece Hall and James Cook, so he's got 2 rookies. So,
hey, it worked out well for him last year when he got in our dynasty startup when he went rookie and took Jamar Chase a little early, and that
different Kevin.
Oh, never mind.
For those watching, there's going to be an article accompanying this mock draft at flurrysports.org coming probably later this week, and we are answering questions about draft strategy.
Jake.
You guys are obviously getting some of the draft strategy from us, but we also are going to be picking our favorite team that was drafted other than our own. And you'll see a lot of people, I'm not sure why they always preface it with this, like, other than my own, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so we will be doing that. We will be talking about stuff, but watch for that on flurrysports.org. There's also a bunch of other fantasy content in the bullpen there for flurrysports.org, so definitely check that out. Trevor, dry the tears. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Took Amon-Ra St. Brown, took my wide receiver. Man, that kind of sucks. I like having a fourth receiver here for backup. Obviously, I'm not going tight end. Running backs, I have 4. I have Green Bay locked up. I don't need that. So wide receiver just kind of seems like the only obvious choice here. So I'm going to go with Tyler Lockett just because I feel like I know what I can get out of him. I like Drake London more. But for me, at that fourth wide receiver, I just need some sort of consistency.
Drake London already banged up is tough.
Yeah, I saw he was questionable as well. I didn't read it, but yeah, that's not good.
It scares me. Luke, you feel good about Tom Brady in the 8th?
Feel great.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Considering how I was talking him up at when we were at pick 7-4.
I think I ranked him 6th in my quarterback rankings, but like he was a top 5 guy last year. The defense for Tampa Bay, like I could see them giving up points again this year. So I think Brady's going to be really good.
Yeah, and like I said before, still good at football at 45 years old.
Right.
I think Brady plays till he's. You think Brady's like trying to figure out how he can play till he's 50?
I don't know. He could. Like, I think it's going to be interesting if week 1, they play Dallas. It's going to be interesting because they've suffered a couple injuries on that offensive line now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's his reaction going to be if Micah Parsons gets 2 sacks, DeMarcus Lawrence gets 2 sacks? Like, if he gets hit this year, it's going to get spicy in Tampa.
I would really like to see how much different the media narrative would be if Aaron Rodgers skipped to go on vacation with his family.
It'd be horrible.
I don't care.
What he did.
Like, it's Tom fucking Brady. Like, who cares? He does not need to be there. But if it was Aaron Rodgers, just be on talk shows all around the world, and we just brushed another rug immediately.
Right.
You guys like Tom Brady, like as a player?
No.
His Twitter's making me start to slowly, begrudgingly turn around. His Twitter's pretty good.
I growing up, I was a Brady guy. I hated Peyton, and I was a Brady guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but now I love Peyton.
Yeah. I really loved Peyton Manning. I don't think anything Tom Brady does is genuine. I think it's all robotic. I think everything he does is an algorithm. I don't think he's human.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, he's got a really good social media team.
Never eaten a strawberry. Imagine saying that at 45 years old.
I did like seeing him plastered after the Super Bowl parade. That was funny.
Yeah, his batteries were dying. Like it's something weird. Like it's not. He wasn't drunk. There's something weird going on. I don't like it. And this is a plug for the I Don't Think So podcast coming soon. Conspiracy theory podcast coming from Flurry Sports.
Tune
in. We talked about Tom Brady in the first episode. Probably going to drop relatively soon. Henry is on auto pick now.
You remember when Antonio Brown lived with Tom Brady? That was wild.
Yeah, man. I love Antonio Brown.
Called him out, too. Antonio Brown is a menace. He does not give a damn.
Talk about toxic, Zach.
Yeah, no shit. Comparing himself to Jesus performing at Red Rocks. So funny.
That's an all-timer.
So good. I hate the players on the board here.
Yep.
Yeah. Take a tight end, Zach. Take Zach Ertz.
Broncos country.
Because I have Javonte Williams, I'm going Melvin Gordon for sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
Broncos country.
No. I think I'm gonna go. Oh, I accidentally clicked Q on Traylon Burks. That's a mistake. I'm gonna go with Christian Kirk. If they paid him, they have to use him, right?
Yeah. Plus, I love the coach. I mean, the coach for that team right now.
I was deciding between him and Robert Woods. I also like Robert Woods. I think I like Trevor Lawrence more than Ryan Tannehill, and I think that's the decider. Henry got Zach Ertz, back-to-back Cardinals. Good for you.
So Henry's here, but he's still on auto pick. That makes sense to me.
Is he in the chat or what?
Yeah, he even chatted whoopsies and then just auto picked again.
He's got to turn auto pick off. Oh, okay. Whoopsie. So Luke, is this the tight end round for you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we've talked ad nauseum too about Robert Woods, so that's. I mean, if Robert Woods is there, I'm taking Robert Woods.
Yeah, I like it. I value him quite a bit more than Traylon Burks, and Traylon Burks obviously ranked above him here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it's particularly close.
Zach got his Bills guy in Singletary.
Yeah, man. I don't know. What do you think about him? He is totally do not touch for me.
Yeah, 100%. No, I don't think any of the running backs. I think all the running backs are do not touch on that Bills team.
Mhm.
I don't mind Cook, but he would have to fall to me.
Right. I mean, is Cook going to get the opportunity? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Josh Allen is too big of a part of that offense for fantasy football.
And they got so many receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't need to run the football. And if they do, like they certainly don't need to run it in the red zone. And if they do, it's probably Josh Allen. So
Right.
is Luke obviously talking about Todd Gurley in the chat? Is he even listed on here?
I don't know.
He is ranked 1958.
Who's 1957?
Jimmy Graham.
I don't even know. I'm not going to scroll that far. Actually, I can. 1957 is Frank Gore. Take that. Suck it.
Well, it is decided then.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Decided.
That's funny.
By the running back.
You got to show that clip to Henry. That's funny.
Very good. So Coach Kevin on the clock. He only has 2 wide receivers. I would assume he goes wide receiver here.
Mm-hmm.
There he goes.
Traylon Burks, suck it. You just picked a bad player.
I love coaches start sit 'em articles.
They're good, definitely. Plug, flurrysports.org. On Thursdays, those will be going up. We got content coming every single day during the fantasy season. We will have videos and streams here as well. And I'm working on getting it so we will start putting out some pure audio podcasts. It'll be possibly a lot of the time just audio, the audio version of our streams, but you can possibly look for that as well. Fantasy Football by Committee. Look for that group on Facebook as well. Trevor, what are you looking at here?
This
Broncos
felt perfectly to me. I was thinking about this since I drafted Lockett, looking at everybody else. Nobody else needed a quarterback, so I could wait on him. I'm taking Trey Lance every day of the week here.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do well, that's fine. There's going to be quarterbacks that are left behind. But if you're telling me I can have a potential for easily top 10, possibly top 5 quarterback in the 9th round as the 36, 8, maybe 9th quarterback taken, I'll take it every day of the week.
Where did I rank him? Like 6?
I don't know.
But
like
yes.
all the other guys there are like Olave, Freiermuth, Garrett Wilson, Gesicki, Claypool. Like there's no reason to go running back or wide receiver there at all.
I have Trey Lance ranked 9th, but still, like that is, I'm higher on the industry on him in terms of my ranking. And obviously, as for what I think of him as a player, that's well documented. So I like that pick.
For those 3 quarterbacks that are sitting at the top of the list right now, I guess put Aaron Rodgers back in there. Who finishes high with more fantasy points this year? Because I feel like all 3 of those players are kind of in that same tier of quarterbacks in my mind.
Yeah, I think on a per game basis, it's Matthew Stafford, but that elbow, man, I don't like it. So I think I would go Russell Wilson over Aaron Rodgers, even if my ranking doesn't say so. I think that's what I would do.
I don't disagree.
Rookie wide receivers going now. Garrett Wilson, Sky Moore, Chris Olave right before that. Traylon Burks a little before that.
George Pickens. Got a hell of a run here.
Yeah. I mean, I assume I know the answer to this, but Luke, Trevor, who's your favorite rookie wide receiver just for this year?
Yeah, I mean, George Pickens.
Trevor?
I'd probably go George Pickens or Olave too. Just like overall as players, I don't think they're the best, but situation wise for fantasy, be pressed to find anybody better in my opinion.
Yeah, Pickens is an absolute stud.
He is way better than Chase Claypool.
Yeah. Yep. I went back and looked at the article I put out immediately after the draft. Like I did a redraft for the Packers draft class immediately. And it made me sad because I put George Pickens on there. I'm like, oh, I really wish we went George Pickens. Shit.
His personality with Aaron Rodgers too would be amazing. I feel like him and Bakhtiari would work out perfectly in the oddest way.
Do you know
Yeah,
how many fights there would have been between George Pickens and Jair Alexander in training camp?
for sure. For sure. If he tries to shove Jair, it would not end well.
That's awesome. Just the one step shove him over on a run play. It's so incredible by a receiver.
Yeah.
Because the cornerback never ever sees it coming either.
I feel like there's going to be an Andre Johnson moment coming with him and Cortland Finnegan or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's him and Eli Apple. Somebody like that.
Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs would be fun. Kevin's gonna get Pat Freiermuth or Russell Wilson.
Broncos country.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh,
damn it! Come on, you auto pick my guy. Fucking don't reward this bullshit, man. That would have been perfect too with ETN. I'm all flustered. I don't know who the fuck to take. This is bullshit. Look at all this.
What is Kadarius Toney?
Rolling, and there's just trash littered throughout.
I don't think it's too early to take a second quarterback, Trevor.
Broncos country.
That's right.
You know, it's funny you say that because I was actually looking at him too. Damn it. Or do I take Justin Tucker? You know,
what better quarterback to mentor a young guy like Trey Lance on your fantasy team than Russell Wilson?
I was gonna fucking take him anyway, so
no, don't do that. Don't throw in the towel already.
Just pisses me off, man. He auto drafted James Robinson. James Robinson was like 7 picks down. What are we doing here? And scroll down, Luke. There's fucking nobody.
It's trash on trash on trash.
It is bad.
What round are we in? 10? Oh fuck.
It was either that or a tight end. Yeah, Kadarius Toney. Like he's the best wide receiver there, but
he's the only one that I thought maybe something could happen.
He's another guy. I don't know what I think about him.
Right.
More importantly, I don't know what the coaching staff thinks about him.
Mm-mm.
I know they love Wan'Dale Robinson. When drafted him early.
Shit, I should have taken Tyler Boyd for the rare triple stack.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see him. I scrolled right past him.
You went for the joke. I don't blame you.
In your defense, Trevor, if you have a fantasy strategy of like taking only receivers for one team, the Bengals are probably the team that you want to do that for.
Yeah.
100%.
Plus, if they're ever playing like the Jets, just start all 3 wide receivers.
That's what I had last year with one of my leagues. I had Cooper Kupp, Odell, and Van Jefferson to end the year. I started all 3 of them every week. Like those last 4 weeks. Man.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting to the ugly part of the draft now, eh?
Very ugly.
Once you see the first kicker, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, if somebody takes Russell Wilson right after taking a quarterback, that's when you know it's bad.
It's like our dynasty that you went 2 defenses back-to-back with the same bye week.
I went
like, what are you doing?
I had to go 3 defenses back-to-back because they had the same bye week, which is dumb. I don't know why even that. we need to go over this again because I clearly had never done dynasty before, and I didn't know it was a super flex. I traded that second pick when I could have had Josh Allen for Kamara and Cook, and nobody warned me. Nobody wanted to save the helpless little antelope just running over the forest. Just let him get just railroaded by an AK-47. I finished 3rd, though, so I'll take it.
Yeah, not bad. Stafford, is that his? Yeah, okay. Another backup quarterback.
Fuck yeah. And another backup tight end.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Ben, take a quarterback.
Take a tight end, man. You need a backup for Kyle Pitts.
Man, I don't even
Hunter
know
also
what
does
I'm
not
doing.
have a tight end.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point. There's no
Right.
point. They're floating out the idea of trading Mike Gesicki right now. He's on the franchise tag. Stupid.
Isn't it wild, like, how bad some organizations are ran compared to some other organizations?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few that pop into my mind.
Lions.
Lions are trying.
Hey, they got the head coach. Is all that matters.
I think
There's
that's
at
the heartbreaking thing about the Lions is they're trying.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
For part.
They're just flabbergasted every time. Like, how did this not work out?
They kind of seem like those videos that you see of like the high school baseball team runs out of pitchers, so they have to get like a middle school kid, and he's just like crying on the mound as he gives a bomb after bomb. No,
Jeez.
no way.
Okay,
We
backup
need
tight
a
end.
tight end.
Henry, backup tight end. Do it. Cole Kmet. You love Cole Kmet.
So, Zach, with all this trash, what are you looking at?
I don't know. I'm looking a little bit at Tyler Boyd. I like Tyler Boyd. MVS interests me. Naheem Hines interests me. Not a lot though.
Because you took Taylor too, so Hines would be a. I mean,
Right.
if Taylor's gone, I feel like they'd have to do something else too. But
Yeah, they got Philip Lindsay. No worries.
I forgot about that.
He's still here.
So I don't love that I started my first 3 picks were running backs, and we're gonna be in round 11. I only have 4 running backs.
I mean, I only have 4.
Yeah.
But if you can only play 2 to 3, depending on
Yeah.
your wide receivers, I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
Brian Robinson.
If we have an IR slot that I guess never mind, he's not going to start on the pup list. I was going to say Michael Gallup. I think is interesting. I think he's getting a little bit underrated. Man, I'm a little bit interested in Cole Kmet here, but since I said I'm not going to draft a tight end for a while, I'm not going to do it.
Yep.
But I don't. But yeah, but I don't hate that pick here. I'm going to go MVS, Naheem Hines. Like we said, there's a chance he leads the league in receiving.
Please let Tyler Boyd get back to me. I will draft their 4th wide receiver if I can find him. I'll take Hayden Hurst in the 15th too.
Trevor's got Derek Carr circled.
I definitely do not.
Dude fucking blows in Madden.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is that your mutt quarterback or what?
No, I just played online and I wanted to get Devontae Adams stats. And Derek Carr just does not throw like within 25 yards of anyone ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I pulled Kyler Murray, so I'm happy with that because I always need mobile quarterbacks. Because
I bought Kyler Murray.
When the offensive line never blocks, you have to run for your life every play. So
I invested in my O-line, Trevor. Yeah. That's the first thing I bought.
I tried. I have like 3 elite offensive linemen. They're still trash.
I love Ultimate Team. Like I play MLB Ultimate Team every year. I used to do Madden, but as I kind of fallen off Madden because I don't love how bad the players are to start. You know what I mean?
Really bad. Yeah.
Like it's hard to score points.
Yes, it is. We should do like a franchise, like an online franchise or something.
Yeah, I'm going to be the Lions because I might win 0 games. So
how good of a story though? Once you get that first win, you're gonna freak out.
Am I?
You might. Yeah.
Are we sure I'm gonna get that first win?
Do we want to do like take over a division?
So that's what I did that with my buddies
twice
in college. We had 4 of us and we all went in the AFC West, and that was pretty damn fun.
Yeah,
and then
take a division.
Yeah.
I mean, we could also do like a fantasy draft on there, so it's not the same players.
Right. We did a fan. It's a lot of fun doing it online with people you know.
Or
I'm down to
yeah,
do that.
I guess, or if we could get 4 people, put 2 people in each conference. Because I've done it before with friends, and then when everybody plays each other before the Super Bowl, the
Yeah.
Super Bowl is just like, all right, I'm playing the computer on rookie, so 52-0.
Right. Yeah, if there's one more person you guys want to put in there, I'm down to do that whenever
Yeah.
you want.
Yo, hey, Kurt Benkert's got extra time, right?
Ooh.
Sure. Why not?
I'll DM him.
He's not on
He'll
a
respond, too.
team. Probably, yeah.
How is Kurt Benkert not on a roster, but Jack Cohen is?
I don't know.
Disgusting. I don't know.
Jack Cohen.
Joel Stave was on a roster, too, though. So
For a while, yeah. Multiple years.
way too long.
Yeah.
Dude should have even been on the roster at Wisconsin.
I think
Scott
Nate
Tolzien was far too long as well.
I think Nate Stanley just got cut.
Yeah.
He was on Minnesota, I think.
Luke, please don't take Tyler Boyd from me.
No, I'll let you have the joke.
What do you feel, or how do you feel about Justin Tucker?
I don't love it.
I don't see any reason to take a kicker.
I agree.
I picked up, I think
I don't think
Prater
Justin
last
Tucker
year.
is that much better.
Yeah. I picked up Prater as a free agent for 5 weeks. He was kicker 1, 2, or 3. I don't remember which one. And you just drop him when the Cardinals implode every year.
The only reason to take a kicker and to take somebody like Justin Tucker is if your league settings really punish you for missed field goals, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think and I would go Tucker there if it's touchdown only. No yardage league.
Sure. Yeah.
By the way, we should do one of those leagues. Touchdown only league.
Love them.
And field goal only.
Fine. Let's do it.
All right.
I'm really did you watch the video about that dynasty
I did.
thing? Yeah, so you manage I think you can just do it with people online and sell it back or whatever. I'm gonna do it. I think that's really fun.
I remember I looked into that. Maybe it wasn't the exact same one. I don't know how long that's been around, but I looked into one of them like that a couple years ago, and the setup was bad.
Okay.
So I'd have to look at that one again. The interface was horrible. It was really bad communication. Let's give me my third Bengals wide receiver. Should take a Joe Burrow. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm surprised that's kind of the first of its kind in terms of quote-unquote fantasy leagues.
I know people who do their own dynasty leagues that have salary cap, but I think that if we have multiple people who want to do this and just join some online league, that would certainly raise our chances, I think, of doing well. But also, I think I might just do it just because I think it's an interesting thing to document for the YouTube channel. Do daily, weekly updates or whatever, how the salaries go from year to year. I think that could be interesting to it's just a real life franchise mode.
Right.
Real
and then
life
we could
fantasy.
be the Packers board of directors and sell pieces of paper to our fans.
We could do that. And then whatever winnings we get, we pay out with the stocks.
Aaron Rodgers, I'm shocked he didn't get more heat when he said that the stocks were just a piece of paper. I thought people would come for his ass when he said that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think probably the people who are highly invested in it think he was joking.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, that hippie Aaron Rodgers was on that ayahuasca.
So,
Derek
question
Carr
here.
Taken.
And that was by the same guy who took Josh Allen first round. If you're taking Josh Allen first round, are you even thinking about anybody? Or does it matter if they fall to you?
I'm not taking anybody else.
No.
There's no chance.
Too much invested.
Yep. At least obviously because team league.
Oh, we're cruising now.
Yeah, we are. How many running backs do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
I think Jake and I kind of went to the lottery ticket road in that 11th round.
Julio and Dobbs. I mean, I'm not even sure if Julio's a lottery ticket. I think that's a good pick. I truly do. It wouldn't be surprising in the absolute slightest if Julio Jones is playing Rob Gronkowski this year. I think that's going to happen.
It could.
I think he's number 85. Like, there's no reason for him to switch to 85 unless he's playing tight end.
I wish you didn't bring that up. No, I don't want him drafted on my team anymore.
Well, because he's playing tight end?
No, because Julio Jones is number 11 or number 2. He can't be 85. Right.
He was 8 in college, though. He can be 8. Backup tight end, Alberto.
Okay, well, my tight end one is coming soon.
Why didn't you do that in the 8th round, Jake? Don't want to trash. Boom. I don't like taking Rams running backs, and I know he has a soft tissue issue, but
so does Cam Akers.
So does Cam Akers, and honestly, this is my running back 5. Everybody's gonna have a knock on him at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not drafting a guy to start right now.
Rashad White was my backup too, so I like that pick.
Henderson also falls into that role of a handcuff that has value regardless, though. Like, he's going to see carries no matter what. It's not going to be a bell cow situation for the Rams. They're both going to get touches.
Dude, you had a wild stretch there with wide receivers.
Yep.
6 out of 8 picks.
I think that just nailing it down to, make sure that I have players who can score, that I can flip if others aren't doing well or whatever, if that makes sense, to kind of complement those running backs.
So what are you thinking kind of moving on? Because obviously wide receiver, you're set. Running back, you're set. Are you just thinking kind of, lottery ticket the last 2 rounds here? Or?
Oh, shit. There's only 14 rounds? I honestly thought there was 15 rounds. But if there was 15 rounds, I would go probably, to go along with Coach's article, I'd go defense, kicker, then tight end, or I don't know, whatever falls that way. These last 3 picks, I don't really care much about.
No.
I am not going to be able to field the complete team. I just realized that, but I don't think that's too bad.
I mean, at least you have that backup quarterback, though.
That's true. Let's ride. 2021. 2022. God, wrong year. Jesus, my bad.
Let's see this really quick. I mean, I'm not going to draft a kicker. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to do it.
Well, there's no point in me doing it now.
No.
I refuse. For the people watching this back, let us know which team you like the best, or what your draft strategy is this year if you have a specific strategy you are going into the season with.
If your favorite team is not one of our 3s, keep your opinions to yourself, as always.
Right.
Right.
Actually, you can let us know. Comments on videos is good for the algorithm.
Let us know what you would have done in our pick if you have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Probably not taking Russell Wilson right after Trey Lance, but that's just a theory.
Broncos country. I hate that so much, and I can't get it out of my head.
Have you seen all the college players ripping off it now for their videos?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Also, for anybody watching, go check out, I don't know if you guys saw it, Troy Football posted on Twitter. They had their long snapper, I think, and their placeholder going around campus, just randomly running up to random people and saying, "Hey, kick the game-winning field goal," and putting the ball down. And,
oh, really?
We need those long snappers and holders because they get that thing down. Repetitions looking good. But then whenever they kick it, they say, "And Troy wins the football game," and that's just not true.
Yeah, they don't hear that a lot. So
no. Hey, Henry, draft a fucking player.
Timeout again.
Looking
He
for
said
back early.
2 auto picks. It's going to be 3.
Congrats. Okay, well, I'm going to go defense. I'm going to go Baltimore. Ravens defense, they play the Jets week 1. They play the Dolphins after that, the Patriots after that. I feel okay with that. Then let's go tight end shopping, eh? Let's go
Tight end
with
shopping.
Jimmy Graham.
Oh,
who do they got down here? They got some good throwback guys. They got Dominique Daphne.
Wait for
Oh, Giovanni Ricci. That sounds like a good Italian. I'm gonna go with Robert Tonyan.
should have gone with what's his name? Dan Arnold.
Could have. I still have a chance to.
Who do you guys think is the lowest ranked tight end?
Are you looking at it or no?
Oh my god, I am. Oh, this isn't good. Lowest ranked tight end out of all of them, number 2053.
Why is that true? That's not true. Mercedes Lewis?
Yeah.
Vance
Yeah,
McDonald's down there.
No points.
I guarantee Mercedes Lewis gets at least one more point than Tyler Eifert this year.
Yeah, I think so too.
More than what's his name? Garrett Selleck.
Jordan Reed, my guy, he doesn't even exist anymore.
If Vernon Davis is in here, Jason Witten. Wow.
There's a guy on IR that landed. His most recent news was 5 years ago. That's ranked above him. That's really bad.
What do you think that's about?
Who knows? Interesting. Yeah, there's some interesting tight ends in here. Trevor, you gonna go Deshaun Watson?
No, I only would have picked him in the 11th round instead of Tyler Boyd. Got to put them all together.
True.
For old time's sake. I'm going with the Colts just because I think, who do they play? They play at Houston, at Jacksonville, and then I'll drop them for Kansas City.
Colts defense is very good.
Mm-hmm. No, disagree.
Oh, okay.
Darius Leonard should not be able to change his name to Shaquille.
I mean, technically he didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't. No, you can't just change your name.
But
I like that more than going IE on Robbie. That I don't.
Yeah.
Because he didn't even change his name; he just changed the spelling. It's just stupid.
The only name change I'll allow is Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
Where is Dan Arnold on this list? I'm actually not finding him. This is making me sad.
All right. Tight end time for me.
Dude, he's below a guy named
1650.
AJ Howland. Doesn't even have his age in here.
I need to see which lottery ticket I'm going with for the last pick.
If someone takes another tight end here, I'm going to be so pissed.
Does everyone ahead of you have 2? Not Hunter.
Trevor, do you have 2?
Trevor doesn't have any, so he is going to go tight end probably.
Trevor.
Dan Arnold is ranked 1650.
Yeah.
He's below JJ Arcega-Whiteside, who is for some reason a tight end.
Really? That's interesting.
This dude is behind. This is so disrespectful. This is so disrespectful. He's below Chris Herndon. Do you guys remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on the Jets last year.
Hey, whatever happened to Ricky Seals-Jones?
Oh my god.
He's on the Giants.
Is he?
He's their starting tight end, yeah.
Good for him.
I know. He's got big shoes to fill after Evan Engram left.
Yeah. The good thing for him is he can't do much worse.
No. No, he can't. Do you think anyone's going to go 2 defenses?
I was just going to say, I want to see somebody take a backup kicker or defense. I might on accident, honestly. I've done it before.
Whoops.
Trevor, I thought for sure you're going Evan McPherson and Bengals defense.
True.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Unfortunately, Henry auto-drafted Evan McPherson.
Well, you got to hate. Andy took the Broncos. What a combo bitch. Don't take my player again, Jake. By the way, Zach, you still have to decide the punishment for the Julio Jones bet we made before last season.
I never agreed to that. I said you guys do it. You put it on me.
What was the bet?
I said Julio Jones wouldn't finish top 30.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, punishment is they have to write 5 articles next week. Got a good punishment?
I think you should have to film yourself taking the SATs.
Ooh,
Do they
that'd
even
be
allow
tough.
cameras?
I don't think so. I think it's probably a big no-no.
So good luck with the punishment.
Do they still sell Google glasses? Are those still a thing?
They probably do.
We should get a pair.
Yes.
For the Lions
Why?
trip.
Yes.
To document.
Yes.
Get the Snapchat ones instead, because those are just
Yeah.
worthless.
Oh. Google Glass Enterprise Edition, over $1,000.
Jeez. YouTube,
Cool,
help us
though.
do we get ad revenue from YouTube yet? Because we might need
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, please. If I start a GoFundMe for some Google glasses, will anybody pitch in?
Maybe Google, to be honest.
Maybe, yeah. YouTube revenue is paid from Google, so they should just do it. It's good advertising. Njoku and Hunter Henry. Not bad. Not bad for last round guys.
Especially last round 20th tight end taken, guys.
That's why you wait on tight ends.
How many tight ends have been taken?
Too
Also,
many.
Hunter Henry's like a Rex Burkhead for me. He always ends up on my team.
It's clear when they're in the red zone, it's going to be Damian Harris or him getting the ball.
There have been 17 tight ends taken.
Jesus.
Wow.
And we're not done yet.
Yeah. You don't know which tight end I'm going to take. Yeah, Henry's already got a defense and kicker, so unless he's doubling up on those.
Oh, I hope he takes tight end.
Do I need how many wide receivers do you guys have?
6.
I actually don't have that many. Well, I have basically all the Bengals.
I had 6 and 8 picks.
Yeah, the bye week's going to be tough for you.
I have 5 and 3 are Bengals. Yeah, that's not going to be great.
Do I go wide receiver or do I go... We're going to milk the clock for sure.
Like every year's first overall pick.
Yeah. I'm just having so much fun.
So this is like take Johnny Manziel here. Just for the laugh.
I think this is a Gallup pick.
If I'm going serious, I was going to go Isaiah Spiller. Because, I mean, would it be surprising if Austin Eckler got hurt before the season? No. I could go John Mechie as a shout out to him beating leukemia, hopefully. Otherwise, could go south for that pick. There's a guy called Amika Amizi. That's cool. Victor Bolden, USFL Championship MVP.
I see that AJ McCarron is still on the board.
Is he? Wait, he wasn't taken earlier?
He's on the board?
Okay.
Who the heck is Lunt? Wes Lunt.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if I'm going serious, I'll just go Michael Gallup, whatever.
Somewhere Wes Lunt is punting the air right now.
Like Wes Lunt is in the league and Kurt Benkert is not.
Right. Well, who was the guy for the Chiefs that's playing tomorrow that I said?
Oh yeah,
Crumb.
Crumb, like Dan Crumb or something.
Yeah.
Like, what a dirt ball.
He's best friends with Joe Dirt.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Okay, so let's take a second to read through our teams. We'll do it from an actual roster here. So my team starting lineup to the bench, I have Jalen Hurts, Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, Keenan Allen, Cortland Sutton, Robert Tunyon, J.K. Dobbins, Ravens defense, Bateman, Melvin Gordon, Christian Kirk, MVS, Naheem Hines, and Michael Gallup. Trevor, what's your team?
My team is Trey Lance, Aaron Jones, Travis Etienne, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Njoku, A.J. Dillon, Colts defense, then Thielen, Kareem Hunt, Tyler Lockett, Russell Wilson, Let's Ride, Tyler Boyd, and Darrell Henderson.
Luke?
Najee Harris, Alvin Kamara, James Conner, Jalen Waddle, Chris Godwin, Juju Smith-Schuster, Damian Harris, Tom Brady, Robert Woods, Kadarius Toney, Julio Jones, Rashad White, the Los Angeles Rams defense, and Hunter Henry.
Not bad. Again, if you're at org in a couple days, we will have a mock draft recap of this. People answering questions in terms of what their favorite pick on their team was, least favorite pick. Trevor is probably going to rant and rave about Russell Wilson. People are going to be talking about the draft strategy, talking about their favorite teams. So it'll be an article to read for sure. I'm not sure if I have a favorite team.
How did number 2
out right away? Okay, so his quarterback, he only went Patrick Mahomes. That's smart. He only went Mark Andrews at tight end, which is smart. Running backs are Derrick Henry, Antonio Patterson, Damian Pierce, and Jamal Williams, which honestly, he did not do a bad job with the ending guys. Wide receivers are Jerry Jeudy, Allen Robinson, George Pickens, Devontae Parker, and Mecole Hardman. So, yeah.
If I was going into the season with his team, I'm scouring the waiver wire after week. You know, I'm head hunting on that waiver wire for that breakout receiver who didn't get drafted.
Yeah, I love his depth at wide receiver. I just think, especially with this format, we have a 2 wide receiver format. Like, you need to have a wide receiver one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, depth does you no good. So, yeah. Interesting. Kevin Riley's team, he is the one who had some weird picks in there. He has 2 quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Derek Carr. Running backs are Breece Hall, James Cook, James Robinson, and Isaiah Pacheco. Wide receivers, Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Michael Thomas, Garrett Wilson. Tight ends, George Kittle, Dawson Knox. And then Saints defense, Harrison Butker. I think that team could struggle, but yeah, no but. Never mind. I think that team was good. Like, I just don't really like the running back the core. Like, that's the thing. I just think that's a little weak, but clearly he was trying out something, much like in practice. You can't really judge someone by their practice tape. They're trying out new techniques, and he was certainly trying out a technique here, and I don't think it worked.
That's why you mock draft.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else before we get out of here? I feel weird. I need to go back over here. Okay. Well, today is Wednesday. Tomorrow, we might have a DFS stream before the games. There's 2 Thursday night football games. We've been doing some DFS stuff. One of the games is the Packers versus the Chiefs. Obviously, we had Lombardi sweep before this. We have quite a bit of insight into how the Packers are going to be playing that game. And I got to tell you, if you do a single game lineup with the Packers Chiefs tomorrow, I think it's going to be pretty easy to win if you don't get too cute. I think play your Packers, and we might be live for that to talk through that. We shall see. But otherwise, just check out florrysports.org, subscribe to this YouTube channel, the Flurry Sports YouTube channel. Hit the bell so you get notified when we do go live tomorrow and in other days. And we will see you the next time we are live. Goodbye.